Well, this is Susan with the Blue Bottle Bunny Farm channel, and I'm out in the woods, and I'm just walking around. I was just sitting among the woodland zits. I've found some kind of fungus or bug or something that looks like a zit when you smush it. It actually bleeds. You'll have to see the video I posted either directly before or after that if you want to see a close-up of the wood zit. But I want to get to a place and sit down for a minute and talk. Sit here by this tree. Oh, this is nice. So, the last video I made was over a week ago, and I said something to the effect of, if I could change one thing about myself, it would be my capacity to hold my tongue in an argument. And I also said, and this is so ironic, life is so ironic. I also said, every time you have an argument, it's another opportunity to get it right. And I told you that Dana and I had an argument, and that, you know, we just hugged it out, and then we sat down and talked. So I was quite caught off guard the very next day when I innocently asked Dana if he wanted to go to the store. Well, I didn't know he was having a moment. I didn't know he was in a moment of frustration. He's often in a moment of frustration, and that's not a cut. And let me say, if this video ever makes it publicly to YouTube, I am not going to say anything here that I wouldn't say or haven't said to Dana's face or don't want him to know. I'm not talking about him behind his back, and in fact, I encourage him to watch and listen to my videos, because in these videos, I will get to say the things that often I don't feel like I get to say because of his enthusiasm to express himself. And in that enthusiasm, often any rebuttal or it is just impossible, because the topics jump around from time to time, and I never feel like I fully get the chance to express myself, because to me words matter. I like to choose the proper one, and sometimes I'll take a pause to think of the proper word that crystallizes my thought, so that there is no ambiguity about what I'm saying, because I have chosen my words deliberately. But that takes time to hear, and though one may think they have the gist of what I'm about to say, they truly won't know the essence and each nuance that I'm trying to convey if they don't allow me to speak. So that's been my big complaint, is that I don't feel like I have been properly given the time to express myself. But back to the story. So I go in there and I ask him if he wants to go to the store. And there are, in my view, 3 appropriate responses to the question of, do you want to go to the store? And that is yes, no, maybe in a little while. But like I said, for whatever reason, he was frustrated at that moment and comes back with a response I've heard more than once that pisses me off. Oh God, that pissed me off so bad when I said, do you want to go to the store? And he says, you should have asked me sooner. To which immediately pops into my mind, how could I ask you sooner? I just decided I wanted to go to the store and wanted to know if you wanted to go with me. I couldn't have asked you any sooner because I didn't know any sooner. So he could have said to me, I would love to go to the store, but I'm going to need about an hour. Look, nobody's working. We got oodles of time. That's about the only thing I got plenty of is time. You know, I can wait. I can be patient. You know, I think that's what we need is more patience. Anyway, back to the story. So I immediately jumped on, you should have asked me sooner, and started going on that when I should have just walked out right then. He unloaded on me. Everything he doesn't like about me, well, maybe not everything, but a whole lot of stuff he doesn't like about me, he just unloaded. And you know what I was saying in my last video about me having a cruel mouth? Well, I'm not the only one. Sure did, and about a mirror? Oh, sure did show me something about myself and how it feels when I say cruel things to other people. I got a little taste of that, and it did not feel good. It did not feel good. I'm looking at, I guess that's a stick in a tree, but it sure does look like a snake. I hate those snakes. Anyway, so my last words to him were, you gotta go, or get out, or something to that effect. Like, I'm not doing this anymore. And then I walked in the house, and I did not speak to him again for 8 days. On the 6th day, you know, it was hard because, you know, the first 5 days, I was so furious. I was so angry that when my day was done and it's time to sit down and watch something on Amazon in the evening and just chill out, that I'm actually up and I'm pacing back and forth in my living room, and I can't shut up about how angry I am. I just can't shut up about it. And I'm pacing. Randy goes to bed, and I'm still pacing because I'm still furious. And so it took 5 days. There was one point, and this is the thing that helped me the most during the anger phase, is I don't really pray anymore. Not since my concept of God just sort of changed, so I don't really pray. But a Bible verse popped into my head. I forget which one now. But I was sitting there having my dinner, and I just stopped, and I bowed my head, and I got quiet. And it just kind of said, whatever Bible verse, I wish I could remember what it was. It'd probably give comfort to somebody. But it had just popped in my head, so I said that out loud, and then I just closed my eyes, and I sat there quietly, not eating my dinner, not watching TV. Randy put the TV on mute because he could see me thinking and praying. And I just started having a conversation with the entity that lives in my head that tells me what to do when I don't know what to do. And my higher self, God, that thing with no name, that ineffable essence of myself, or that thing that loves me unconditionally and always is looking out for my best interest. That's the thing I consulted right there while I was having dinner. And I told it how angry I was. And I asked it, I said, please tell me what to do. And it said, first of all, that other thing that you're thinking about doing, don't do that. Don't do that. If you made a deal, you honor your deal. Don't pull any shenanigans to punish him. Don't do that. That's wrong. It's not your place. So if you made a deal, you honor your deal. And you don't have to say a word for 7 days. But after 7 days, you better have your act together and you better be ready to speak. So I sat there in silence for a little while, and I was just, contemplating what I had just learned. And then I just told Randy, I said, I think God just spoke to me. And he said, well, what'd he say? And I told Randy, and he said, all right. And So I had it in my head that we were going to sit down and have this whole council thing with the talking stick. And we still may do that because we need to iron out some boundaries and expectations. And we just need to iron out some details of communal living. So I think the council and the talking stick idea is a good idea. And also a timer. You know, I think we need to have a timer so that you can't go on too long. You know, you have like 5 minutes per round to speak. And you can say a heck of a lot in 5 minutes. So those are my ideas for how to improve tribal living. You know, when I was angry, I couldn't see anything good in Dana. I couldn't see any good in him whatsoever. But that's not the truth. There's a lot of good things about Dana. There's a whole lot of good things about Dana. He's one thing Randy reminded me of. It's like, you know, you can trust him. And he goes, he may not do everything that you want him to do the way you want him to do it. And sometimes he may be difficult to get along with, but you can trust him. And that's absolutely true. I know I can trust him. I could leave my stuff. I could leave him here in charge of the whole place. And I mean, I can trust him to be responsible and feed my rabbits. I can trust him to not snoop through my drawers. I can trust him. I just trust him. And so that's worth a whole lot. So I just found it so incredibly ironic that the very next day, and this is the point of the video, is I thought we had all the wrinkles ironed out, and the very next day, same fight. And I got the opportunity I was looking for. I got the opportunity to have an argument and not say mean, cruel, emasculating things. And it took 7 days. On the 8th day, Dana came in the house, and I said, I had warned him, you know, on day 6 that the next day I would break my silence. I'd sent him a message on Messenger, and I said, you know, tomorrow I'll break my silence. And I didn't explain anything about why I had been quiet, why I had been giving him the cold shoulder, why I had been giving him the silent treatment. I didn't tell anything. I just didn't speak. And he knew I was mad, and I know it must have been uncomfortable. The next day, I had to go somewhere, so I didn't have a chance to speak to him. So it was actually the 9th day. He came in, and I said, "Good morning, Dana." And he said, "Hey." And then that was it. But at least he knew that the silence was broken. And then he sent me a message saying he needed to go to the store. And so I said, "Well, if you're ready to go right now, I'll get my purse and we'll go to the store." So we did. And it was amazing how few words I had to say to get my message across. Like, it wasn't like an hour of sit-down powwow, you know, you're this, you're that, blah, 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 attacking him with a bunch of you statements and not looking at my part. It wasn't any of that. It was just like, one, when we went to the store, I felt like you answered me aggressively, and I didn't appreciate the aggression. 2, if you're not going to listen to me when I speak, you will listen to me when I'm silent. And that's about it. And there was no argument. There was no raised voices. I got to say that in the car. It took less than 2 minutes to say that. And I said, "I'm going in the store. I'm going in Dollar General. Come on in when you're ready. no rush, because you know how I am when I go to Dollar General, and we both laugh because I'll go up and down every aisle and just look at stuff, because sometimes it's just good to get out of the house and look at stuff. So that's what we did. There's still the question. I don't know if this whole communal thing is working out. I don't know. I don't know. I do know this. I do not want to destroy a man's life. But I also don't want my life destroyed. I don't want it to be where I'm just walking on eggshells and uncomfortable and afraid to ask for what we need, because we have an agreement. He will live here in the outbuilding for free, no rent, but he has to help me. And this is how I need help. This is how I need help. And Dana, this is what I want you to know. I know Randy's difficult. My God, that's why I got you. So I don't have to help him. So I can do other things. Because he and I had a business, several businesses. We had the hot dog business. We had the handyman business. I need a buddy for Randy. I need to get him up off the couch and moving around and doing his projects and doing the things that he's dreamed of doing since he's retired. He's got wood, he's got tools, but he can't do all that heavy lifting. And Dana can't do heavy lifting either. But, together, I just need somebody that'll listen to Randy, follow his directions, whether they're right or wrong. It's Randy's money that buys the material. It's Randy's tools. It's Randy's way. Even if he gets on your nerves, that's your job. That's what I'm paying you to do. Get along with him. Put your feelings aside. It's not about you. It's about, this is your job. This is what you do to earn a place to live, a free place to live. And then you pay yourself with your extra money that you don't have to spend on rent. But all you got to do is do it his way. Just do it his way. It may be around the world to get there. And it may be 10 times as hard as it should be. Just do it his way. Do it his way. And it's not going to last that long, because he'll get tired. Just let him be the boss. Don't question him. Do it his way. And if you feel like he's talking down to you, just pardon that. He over-explains things. It has nothing to do with the person's intelligence that he's speaking to. He just wants to express himself. Randy wants to talk too. We all want to talk, and nobody wants to listen. So I said my piece. I got to talk. I got to talk to my camera. Maybe this will make it to YouTube for the whole wide world to see, and maybe I'll put it on there just so Dana can see it, because this is really, what I'd like to say to Dana. I want this to continue to work out, but the way it was going, it was not. And there's a lot of things to do. There's like construction on his building. I have to be able to get in there to do it. I can't be told every time I want to go measure something that's inconvenient. Well, he hadn't really done that, but I feel like he's taken over that space to the point that I can't do construction in it. And we've got to get to where we can speak better. And that's between me and him, and we'll work that out. But, he still needs a refrigerator, because I want him out of my camper so I can take that somewhere. It's getting to be nice weather. So, but I don't want to buy a refrigerator if he's not going to stay. So, we haven't talked that out. Things have got to change. They got to get better. Communication has got to get better. And I've got to be able to talk to him, not to the camera. not to the world. I need to talk to you, Dana. I need to talk to you. I need you to listen to me. And understand that if you approach this like a job, then we can be a family, but everybody has to serve somebody. Everybody. In the infamous words of Bob Dylan, you're going to have to serve somebody. Nothing's free. Everybody serves somebody. And if you're not serving anybody, go out and find somebody to serve. Good Lord, we just had a tornado come through here. Well, not here, but town about 20 miles back. And good Lord, it tore up a neighborhood. People died. People had to have, one man had his leg amputated right there on the scene and lost his son, and a big tree fell right through their house. And so, like, my friend lives over there, so this past weekend we were over there trying to clean up her storm damage and get her house ready to move out of. Can you believe it's February? It's a beautiful day. I am sitting here in a tank top, and yesterday Randy bought me a bicycle. So let's get up, go walking through the woods if I can find my way back, and go take a look at my bicycle. All right, here we go. I'm just going to show you the pretty woods. I ain't got nothing to say. I'll probably speed all this stuff up, but it's a beautiful, beautiful day. So, let me tell you the story about the refrigerator. So we bought this little red refrigerator off the Sam's Club website. It got here, and during shipping, it got dented. So we called them up and we sent it back. The second one, same thing. I was just going to live with the dent on the second time because it wasn't as bad. But we got the refrigerator plugged up, and the motor sounded like it had playing cards in it. I swear to God. It was so loud it sounded like it was going to break. So we had to get rid of that refrigerator too. It's still sitting on the front porch waiting on UPS to pick it up. So if you're ever going to buy you a little apartment-sized refrigerator, I do not recommend the Frigidaire refrigerator that comes from Sam's Club because of the shipping issues. And they don't carry the red in store. Oh my gosh. Where the heck am I? If I can find my bicycle. So I don't recommend that one. So we're thinking about going back to Sam's and getting the little gray Thompson. But for a little bit more, they've got one at Lowe's for like $2.69, which is more than the one at Sam's. But if I can get the red one, I may go do that. And there is my beautiful bicycle. I do not know how to ride a 10-speed. I just I'm trying to figure it out. But there we go. It's a Schwinn. A Schwinn. Yep. Randy came home with a bicycle for me, so I'm learning how to ride the 10-speed. I don't understand the gears and stuff, but I'm beginning to. There's something going on with that seat. But see my bike? There we go. Well, let's see. What's the date? It's like February 9th, I think. 2021. Beautiful day. Thank you for listening to me. I got nothing else to say. Blue Bottle Bunny Farm out.